Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about Dani Olmo as he has picked up an injury. We're going to be talking about Pedri and Raphinha. Did they also pick up an injury after that match against Atlético? And then towards the end of the video, I want to be talking about Eric Garcia as he's very close to a contract renewal, which is absolutely fantastic. But before I get started on the video, guys, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. But as always, guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's talk about Dani Olmo. Let's get started with the video. And Dani Olmo, not good news after that match against Atletico, after he scored the second goal for Barcelona to give us the lead that later on went to be the deciding goal because, Ferran, he put the dagger. But, it was pretty much decided. I do believe that Barcelona, they were going to beat Atletico regardless of that third goal. But he was key in that action. But as he scored, he was actually falling down and he picked up an injury. And so he dislocated his left shoulder. Barcelona released a official medical statement as he was walking off the pitch. You saw some bandage, you saw some ice, you saw him holding his left shoulder. And Barcelona, in that statement, they said that Dani Olmo, he suffered a dislocated left shoulder in the game on Tuesday against Atlético Madrid. After tests, it has been decided to follow a conservative course of treatment. Recovery time is approximately 1 month. And so obviously that's not good news. Dani Olmo, he was showing some improvement in his performances. You saw him score a brace against Alaves. You saw him score, I would say, the most important goal against Atletico, being that second goal that gave Barcelona the lead. And you've seen some improvement from Dani Olmo. And with Fermín López also being now injured, Barcelona right now, we're looking kind of thin in that number 10 position. Obviously, we have Deco, who did come on against Atletico. He looked really solid, but he is, he's a teenager. He's most likely not going to be starting every single match in that position. And so we could be seeing either Raphinha in that position or Lamine Yamal. We could see some experimentation from Hansi Flick right there. But what's most likely going to happen is it's going to be a combination between Raphinha and Deco, both players getting minutes in that position. But it's a really exciting opportunity for Deco. Let's see what he can do. We saw some good signs. We got some good flashes of brilliance. But we wish Dani Olmo all the best, and hopefully he's able to recover and return very soon. As this was a golden opportunity for him to pick up some form, as he was the only starter in that position. But moving on now, guys, I also want to be talking about Pedri and Raphinha because both of those players came on or came off after, I would say, roughly in the 70-minute mark, around there, 60 minutes. Both players were subbed due to fatigue and not due to injury. When Pedri was coming off, I was thinking, oh my God, did Pedri pick up an injury? Is this a relapse? Is he perfectly fine? But Hansi Flick in the press conference, he said, hey, both players, they played an amazing game. They ran so much. They put a very intense and a hard-working performance that I had to substitute them both off due to fatigue. And, that eases a lot of my worries, because you saw how both Pedri and Raphinha, they give a different dynamic, a different face to this Barcelona team. Pedri, the best midfielder in the world, and Raphinha this season, he's a leader. He is the heart and soul alongside Pedri that just add intensity, just added a whole different dimension to how Barcelona are going to be playing. And you've seen that. You've seen how good Barcelona have been with those two on the pitch, even not being at full fitness. And so very, very good news that none of them have, or neither of them have picked up an injury, and we're going to be seeing them most likely start again this weekend against Real Betis. I would make 1 or 2 substitutions. We don't want to be absolutely, overloading them after recently coming back from injury, but very, very good news that they haven't picked up an injury. And the last piece of news that I just want to discuss with you guys today is in regards to Eric Garcia, because Fabrizio Romano has reported that his new contract will be signed next week, and it's going to be valid for the next 5 years. Deco also confirms, and he says it's about final details, but Eric will sign new contract. And that's fantastic news. We've seen how pivotal and how great Eric Garcia has been this season, playing amazingly well in that center back position, playing well in the right back position, and as well playing in the center defensive midfield position. Even against Atletico, he was one of those players who was looking amazing. He was covering so much ground, cutting off every single play. Eric Garcia putting a super solid performance, and you've seen him reflect the trust that has been placed on him by Hansi Flick, by rewarding Hansi Flick through these fantastic performances. And I think that loan spell away at Girona did him a world of good. You saw him grow and mature a footballer, and when you think about it, it's a crazy turnaround, because when he first came to Barcelona under Ronald Koeman, people were calling him the Spanish Lenglet. When you think about that game against Benfica, with that horrendous loss in which later got Ronald Koeman sacked, and even last season when he came back from Girona and he started in that first game against Monaco in the Champions League and got sent off, criticism did go his way, but he was able to turn that around. And in the 2 seasons under Hansi Flick, he's been absolutely brilliant. He's been to the 12th player, and he's been a solid feature in the team. And so very, very exciting that Eric Garcia will be continuing at the club. And he posted on social media photos of him during the Atletico match. And also he said, I was just translating it, but he said this in the bio. He said, important victory against Atletico by coming back and securing the lead. How we love playing at the Camp Nou, and we're going to be seeing Eric Garcia play at the Camp Nou for many, many more years, which is brilliant. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything I've discussed in today's video. What are your thoughts in regards to Dani Olmo? Who do you guys think is going to be replacing him in that number 10 position? Are you guys excited about that Eric Garcia renewal? And lastly, fantastic news that Pedri and Raphinha also didn't pick with an injury. See you guys all in the next one, and take care.